Okay, so I was at the park again as I try to make a habit to doing my walk and run. This time I was doing more walking than running, but I digress. There was a family in front of me. They were all together. They were all on skateboards, and the dad was way ahead skating, and the two sons and the mom were in the back. And then they had another younger son who was also on the skateboard, and he was trying to grind the skateboard in between the trail and the grass because there's a little bit of a lift there. So I'm walking and I see him do it one time and I see him do it again, and then he gets back on track and he's skating and then he goes back and tries to do it again. And this time, of course, he fell, kept walking. And once I got up to the kid, this time I was like, "Hey man, you good, boss? You okay?" And he was like, "Yes sir, I'm okay." And the mom was telling me, she was like, "Yeah, he's trying to grind and in between the two things, the cement and this and that and the other." And she's like, "I would fall just trying to do that, but they like doing it and it's fun and they've done it, but he just got his weight off that time." And that made me think about how in life we may do something multiple times and it's easy. It's something that we can easily do. It's no problem. But we also have to understand that certain things hold different types of weight. And really the way that skateboarding worked that day is really determines on your weight distribution, because one side he was more stable because of the cement was there, but the other side with the dip was so far off that if he puts too much weight on his left foot, it was bad news, and that's what happened. So in life, I tell you to make sure your weight distribution is right. So you want to put enough time in to where you're spending time with God in the morning or at night or middle of the day. You want to make sure you're drinking enough water throughout the day. You want to make sure, since we're doing this pandemic still, make sure you're washing your hands. Make sure you're checking in on people who you need to check in on. So if you have some elderly people that you look after, or your parents or anything of that sort, or just friends that you know don't have anyone to necessarily check in on them. The weight distribution of life is something. People seem to be able to hold more weight than you can think when you look at them. Like, oh, you can handle this, you can handle this, you can handle this. But nobody knows how heavy that really is when it comes to actually having to hold it. So check on your people. Make sure your weight distribution is right for yourself. And if you can help somebody else, again, help them if you can. But let's look into being more of a helper today than a hindrance. All right? That's your Motivational Minute. Y'all take care. This is Darrell Forte, and you have just listened to the Motivational Minute. If you like what you heard, please feel free to share it with a friend and encourage them to share as well.